All right. Peace and love, family. What's going on? It is your boy, Mario Quinn, and we are here with yet another episode of the Level Up Podcast. I'm super excited for this week. We took the week off, so we're back in action this Monday evening. This is episode 91 of the Level Up Podcast. We're inching our way towards 100. Hopefully our 100th episode is going to be a banger. We're still putting that together, but nonetheless, I'm excited about that. But anywho, I'm more excited about our special guest that we have on the show. This is someone who, I randomly met via him walking straight into the studio and just exuding his presence. I think you were with someone else too that day. You weren't with them; you were just here. But anywho, definitely dope person, really good energy, just really cool talent. Really well-rounded person. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my very special guest, Sewmouth. How you feeling, brother?
Groovy. Reapso.
Groovy. What was that second thing you said?
Reapso.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I know what it means, but, what do you mean when you say that?
What do I mean? I can start by saying this. I grew up in, iconic golfing household, and that's not bad. That's not bad. We all have our own different lifestyles and everything, and I can reference that one verse in the Bible, but you so
right.
So it's just pursue as you would such is how I would translate that off.
I'll give you a couple slow snaps for that. No, I definitely I feel you there. That's definitely it. One of the things that stick out for me just in being raised in the Baptist home is a hill blessed and highly favored, and that's something that kind of stuck with me because my mom would say it all the time. And you definitely reap what you sow. You know what I'm saying? It's like karmic energy. If you whatever you're putting out, you're going to probably get back tenfold. Anytime I've ever put out negative energy, I only got negative energy back. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. So fucks with that, bro. That's a good life lesson, motto, whatever you want to call it, all of the above.
Definitely.
Well, anywho, like I said, I gave you a great intro, told the folks that, we just randomly kind of like how everything happens here at Level Up, just kind of, you came in and was just in the space and you had a very strong presence. I remember
our chemistry
we met, you were like,
pretty vague.
You were like, what's up, OG? Immediately called me old. I'm like, oh man. He's like, OG. I'm like, he already can see that I'm 35. But for the folks who may not know what you do here in the city, man, can you just let them know what it is that you do in terms of your practice and things of that nature?
What is my practice?
Yes, sir.
Well, I lived in Pittsburgh for 22 years of my life. It's about to be 23, May 19th. Yeah. And I just started out as like any other kid, playing with Legos.
Right.
Just playing with Legos,
right.
And I guess that sparked something. I guess something architecture. Thought about being that for a while. Then I did a lot of mediums such as origami, drawing. Hell, I even like animals.
Right. Hell, I even like animals. I think a lot of people like animals. You know what I'm saying?
But do people like sustainability though?
What is that?
Do people really think about animals as how should I put it? They need their home, highways. I was on my way to Grove City. I saw a lot of roadkill. That shit was crazy. Not really crazy, but it really makes you think.
Right. It's like the ecosystem is definitely off a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone knows that.
I mean, everybody knows
unfortunately,
that.
we have metropolitan areas
where
we drive animals. I live in Homewood, and we got hood deer, we got hood turkey, we got hood coons, raccoons, all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my practice is fashion design. I started designing in 10th, 11th grade in high school at Perry High School, to be more specific. And it was called home ec class. There was two types of home ec class: cooking. I got sewing, and I'm glad for that because I made that my skill.
Right.
I carry that my skill.
I mean, honestly, I think about homemade. I was telling you this. I made a pillow, right?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about like how many, like as a dancer, how many pair of my good jeans that always rip, and I have to throw them out because I can't sew, and I wish that like my wife, she can sew, but she doesn't sew.
Yeah.
I'll say often, and so I'm like, damn, I got to throw these out. So I wish that was like something I would have retained. For sure, is like sewing ability, but I feel like it's something you could still learn.
Definitely.
Nowadays we got YouTube University these days, so that helps for sure. You know what I mean? So what made you want to get into being a fashion designer? Yeah,
the expression, the way to communicate a story through clothes, the way how like certain cultures have their own certain aesthetics. I feel like for example, poverty, you can say in a certain manner that inspired streetwear. You know, like
what do you? Ooh, that's an interesting statement.
You never really thought about it like that. I mean, like
break that down a little bit. Let's unpack that. You said poverty expired streetwear. Is that what you said? That's deep.
Really?
It sounded very. He said, "Really? Is it
yeah.
deep? It wasn't deep to me, man." No, but no, what do you mean by that?
You can just really see it. I mean, I have jeans that are like really red. Like these are some new jeans that are not fucking red. That not haven't been like tested against time type shit. I feel like not a lot, but a lot. I can say a lot of brands, like high-end brands, do certain treatments to like denim.
So like the distressed kind of look, things of that nature.
That. But as you were saying, like if you don't know how a show, like if a brand doesn't practice sustainability, you will throw those pair of jeans out and those would be in a landfill.
Right.
And that fuck up the environment.
Right. That's deep.
But like definitely I've been sewing for quite some time. I wish I brought my fashion portfolio, but I wanted to bring one of my muslins that I was working on. But I definitely didn't want to come in late type shit.
No, it's cool. I mean, you is late. I'm just kidding. No. Oh, Desiree. Hi, Desiree. She's on the show. Good to see you. Good to see you. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's dope. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can see by your swag that you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You got the jiggy swag going on. But yeah, continue.
Does that really matter though?
I think so. You know what I did hear though? I heard that most fashion designers don't really dress nice because they're so focused on making other people look nice that they don't dress themselves. But I would say that you have like that vibe to you. You know what I'm saying? That swag to you. Where like I look at you and I'm like, oh yeah, he's an artist. He's an art type of, maybe not a fashion designer, but I would think in my head like, oh yeah, he's into art because you just have that like that waviness about you. You know what I'm saying? So, not to generalize or anything like that.
It's okay. But, I mean, I'm not gonna go front to you like this pandemic, these political, all this bullshit. I do got some stories growing up in Pittsburgh. I mean, that's the most positive discrimination I ever got.
Nice. It was kind of a compliment.
I mean, yeah, like,
positive discrimination.
Yeah, like collective criticism. Feel me?
Right.
But yeah, like throwing away jeans be ads. I mean, and like I said before, like poverty really did inspire like high-end fashion, like in some cultures, like Japan. Japan does not like to waste shit. Japan does not like to waste shit.
Right. Well, I think too,
or a lot of, not just them, but yeah, in general, they have very nice patches, very nice stitchwork called like Shizuko, if I'm pronouncing it right. But yeah,
I wouldn't know.
I probably know.
Right. You studied Japanese, don't you?
Yeah, I took in like sophomore, freshman year.
Yeah, I thought I heard you speaking it before.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, and I do want to make it clear. Like I have thrown some stuff out, but I also do believe in like upcycling. So a lot of times, like depending on the rip, if it's like a salvageable rip, it's like okay, cool. I'll make these into shorts or something, you know what I mean, or something like that. But a lot of it is because I'm a dancer. It's like right at the seam of the crotch area. So I'm like, well, that's gone, you know, and like, and sometimes it's not even on the seam. You know what I mean? It's better when it's on the seam because at least you got something to follow. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big patch you gotta put on there. But that's why I
love mending. I love mending. I love how a lot of designers are getting really into sustainability. My brand, like not slowly, but I'm definitely educating myself about sustainability.
I mean, it's important. It's important for sure. Yeah,
and not try and be like the brand that just takes blank and just print. Like, I feel like what really differentiates me is really investing into like college level expensive as books that I'm not even in school for, and just take the time of just reading them and researching and networking.
Right.
Like, Pittsburgh isn't like, how should I say this? Just a steel city. We do get that name because we have good steel, good materials, good resources. But yeah, like, you don't know who you'll meet in Pittsburgh, and that's what I really like.
Right. I don't know. I love it. I think there's definitely a great art community. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of business professionals and tech professionals and people that you can benefit from knowing and stuff like that. And there's a lot of resources within those networks. So I think I love Pittsburgh for that, and I love how Pittsburgh can be very open in a lot of ways. Like, I've never really had a hard time like working with someone or like, just like sharing my ideas with someone. So I think, we definitely get a win for that for sure. So, and thinking about, sustainability, wanting to make sure you have a brand that's forward thinking in that way. What would you say, inspires the work outside of that? You know what I mean? Outside of that, like, sense of, I want to make sure that what I'm doing is good for the environment, but what inspires like maybe the looks that you've been exploring, through your research, you know what I mean?
I feel like what helps me inspire is like, your own thoughts, your own living the moment, having like singularity within the moment. You're not up, down, you're breathing in and breathing out. You're here, and you're seeing everything.
So being present, like fully present while you're immersed in creating, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay. Or seeking inspiration.
So do you design like on the spot, like, oh, let me just design something, or do you kind of like have a process of like, let me, I'm gonna draw this up first, then I'm gonna kind of want this to look like this, or do you kind of like freestyle it a little bit, or do you do both?
Yeah, I do dive in.
Okay.
Like, I'm teaching myself pattern making and shit. I'm just diving in to it. I have a fast portfolio. I don't really draw. I keep a lot of things in my head, really. I feel like a lot of things that I'm going to be making is very relatable, very seen in like real life. If you can see it. Yeah, my brand is called Only If You Need to Care To, and it's an aphorism.
Wait, say that one more time.
Yeah,
that was a lot. Is it only if you need to?
No.
What the hell? Okay,
only if you knew, do you care to?
Okay, I don't know what I heard. Only if you knew, do you care to?
Yeah, it's an aphorism.
Okay.
Translating. Are you willing to understand?
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. So where did that like that concept come from for you?
Well, since I didn't like straight off the bat go to fashion school, I was in CCAC, still at CCAC on academic probation because I really didn't know I was gonna help you with like design. So I took like sociology that deals with like cultural stuff, philosophy. That really helped. That helped. Definitely helped. find my muse for my brand, and yeah, it just helps. It just helps
so
a
you
lot.
kind of got your inspiration for the name from like your educational experiences in a way, like your classes, like sociology, understanding like what human behavior, right? And understanding philosophy, like those are schools of thought or ways of thinking about things differently. It's all about perspective, right? But I like that. Are you willing to understand? Because I feel like there's always room for us as people to learn, and explore, and definitely put ourselves in positions where we're vulnerable. You know what I mean? And I think when we do go to those places, we tend to understand more about ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think like fashion, that's what you wear. That's how people identify you sometime. And it's like I'm just like getting my own idea of it. It's like
definitely
are you willing to understand?
And that's the the concept of my brand,
right?
It's having that eclectic, eccentric, and self-actualization value that each person would have and would share. That's what I want to portray with that. What I am portraying with my brand as I speak, as I am the founder of Only If You Need to Care To.
Love that. I'll give you a couple slow snaps for that, man. So
thank you.
So I know you do a lot of other things. So you said you're into music. You're working on your home studio and all that stuff. What's going on with that? What's your goals with that? Like what do you see yourself doing with music, and maybe how does that tie into the brand?
How does that tie into the brand? It's like shit. It's like a ping pong ball, It's a fucking ping pong ball.
Okay, it's just going back and forth.
It's just a fucking ping pong ball. Okay. I can't even. That's the best way to describe it.
No, that's a great analogy. I get it.
Really is.
I get it. I mean, it's like it goes hand in hand. Fashion, music,
and
culture. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just like it takes discipline, and it takes. You have to be secretive about your business. Like you can't just tell people what you have to do.
Right.
And they don't know your struggle.
I get you. I have a couple of colleagues that like tell me that often, because I'm very I'm like not afraid to share sometimes, just because I know what I can do, and I'm very confident with what I can accomplish, I guess. But sometimes it's like energy vampires exist. People with bad intentions towards your growth. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you get to that next level. So sometimes it isn't always smart to speak on the moves that you're making too much. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want somebody can be putting intention into your dream, your goal. You know what I mean? You don't want that. And so that's a very real thing. So I think it's like understanding who your circle is and who those people are that you can go to. Like, yo, man, I got this idea. I'm trying to figure it out, right? Or I'm trying to get my music together. What do you think about X, Y, and Z? Because you trust that person's intention toward what your dream is pure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're not in the back secretly hoping you fail. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I try to surround myself with the homies like Ashay.
Yeah.
People that I know.
My homies are cool. Like don't get me wrong, my niggas are my niggas.
Right. You can swear. He's like, can I say that on here? I do not censor my guests, so say what you want. No, yeah. I mean, having that solid circle, but yeah, I do agree with you in terms of like not giving everything away, not giving away the whole recipe, right?
Yeah, like I feel like within education, like there's a lot of things that like not even like I feel like with what I have in my knowledge, I shouldn't really know, but it's good to know to pass it on, But as I was saying, yeah, education is important, and you gotta realize, like, being like an entrepreneur, like, you have to outsource. You have to have a network. You have to network.
Right. I mean, you can't.
Like, it's all like, it's not all fun and games. Like having like balancing, like, be young and having that fun life, and like be young and like trying to plant seeds and not literally be a young parent.
Right. No.
But
plant the right seed. I understand.
For me, yeah.
Not to say that children aren't right. Never mind. Go ahead. Sorry. You're gonna get me into another whole topic. No, I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel like
you gotta outsource.
Yeah,
so
I feel
you
like
have to outsource.
The entrepreneurial journey, it's like
the lifestyle.
It's a balancing act though too.
Yeah,
you got it's like you are young and you have this social aspect, right? But it's like being responsible within that. Using those times to do the networking. You know what I mean? But I feel like sometimes it is okay to just like chill and hang out, because that's
Definitely.
To me is like a part of self-care.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And then like
it helps keep healthy relationships too.
But understanding that you can't do things by yourself, but then you can't trust everybody. So it's just like this. I don't know. I feel like it's like if you can imagine like a bike wheel, right? And each spoke is like a different aspect of like things you have to have in line to really be quote unquote successful. I feel like all of those things kind of represent like a point in that wheel, if that makes sense, and it's just like finding those right
percentages.
Yeah, percentages between the two, because you don't want to have one way over here and one way over here. It's like way off balance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then speaking of planting seeds, if you are planting seeds and you did become a parent, that makes it even more harder. I'm a parent, and trying to balance like the dream and the family life. It's not easy, But again, that's why entrepreneurship isn't for everyone, because like you said, it's a way of life, and I think too is a thought process. You have to have a sense of mental toughness too, and and spiritual groundedness as well. I don't know.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I am preparing for this moon that's coming up, and this is like the first time me doing it, so it's just like I already like meditate, and not to sound like a cliche, but like
no, I mean that meditation is good.
I'm not no cliche, but right.
Right. I mean, I think it's a part of it. I think going back to your point of like understanding, right? It's like you can research as much as you can on whatever it is, spirituality, whatever, but until you go within, none of those doors get unlocked anyway. So I feel you on that. So it's not really that cliche. It's not like you sitting on the top of a mountain going whatever they say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel you though. So so let's talk about the future for you. You know what I'm saying? I want you, in thinking about, where you are right now, from my understanding, you're very much in the, just like you're doing a lot of research. You're just trying to figure things out, get your skills sharp and stuff like that. Where do you see your brand and just you as an artist maybe in the next like 5 years from now? Good question, I know. He's like, you got me thinking.
Well, as I age,
or where do you hope to be? I guess.
What I hope to be?
Yeah, like where?
I hope to be. How should I say? Still pure.
Okay, I like.
For the most part, still pure. Still have a sense of youth in me, It's not like just feeling young, but knowing that like purity is youth.
And when you say purity, you mean like being authentic, not being like unrighteous, or like
that. Exactly. Yeah.
Because I feel like fame and stuff, or not fame, but like you can come up, in a lot of you wouldn't want that to change you, in a way that hurts people.
I don't want it to change me. I want it to change what's going on around
around you.
Yeah,
that's dope.
In a
That's so honorable.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want it to change me. I wanted to change what's around me. I like that. That's very selfless. You know what I mean? I like that. I fucked with that. That's heavy.
Yeah, I don't want it to change me for the bad.
Mhm.
For the bad, yet for the bad.
I mean, I think there's
I don't want it to.
You know, 5 years you're gonna be different in
Definitely.
a way. But
Definitely.
you know, but I feel like
definitely. And it all starts now.
Right. But I feel like for me, it's like one thing that I feel like I've stayed true to is just really just being myself. Like throughout this whole like my artistic career, like, you know, because a lot of people, you know, they would say, oh, you're successful, you got level up and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, you know, but I try not to let that, like those accolades get me too big headed, but just staying true, just, you know, and staying 10 toes down. And, you know, because I know that there's so much more that I can be doing, you know what I mean? Just speaking personally. So yeah, feel like staying pure.
But what do I see myself in 5 years? Definitely having my own brand.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
like fully established, you mean, like being like recognized, fully established, package, everything ready to go, website up, all that type.
I already have that.
Oh, you got that already? Oh, cool.
I just need inventory, really.
Okay, inventory. Okay.
And just a bigger network.
Mm-hmm.
Just be more outgoing.
Mm-hmm.
Put your phone down, people.
Mm.
Like that blue screen really puts you to sleep.
Really? You heard the man. Put your phone down. I got mine sitting right here.
It's cool.
But now I'm watching the podcast for comments. But no, I feel you. You know, definitely spend. I think it's important to just like give yourself some off time from devices. I'm trying to figure that out. It's hard though, because there's so much information and entertainment at our fingertips. It's like really hard to, you know, not like, you know how you can go in your joint and see like what apps you use the most and stuff like that. It's crazy when you see how many hours you spend on certain things. It doesn't feel like you're on Facebook all day, but you're like, damn, I was on Facebook for 5 hours. What the hell was I doing?
Yikes.
Right. So yeah, family, we gotta, you know, put the phone down every once in a while. You know, go meet some people. Go walk in the park.
Spend time with your family because they do not last. They don't last.
That's the realest, man. That's the realest.
I'm young, realizing that
right.
shit. Like,
that's the truth, though. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you never know who and when they're gonna go.
For me, you just in your room,
right,
with the door closed, trying to kill it on TikTok or something.
Right.
Feel me?
I love TikTok. I don't TikTok though. I like watching TikTok though. It's very entertaining. Like I can spend a lot of time on there. I had to like give myself a serious break.
It's a very good marketing tool.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah. It's great. So thinking about like again, because I really like this idea of understanding and like how you put it. But what would you say is like one of the biggest things you've learned about the fashion industry? You know what I mean? Like, I know you said, you know, a lot of folks are trying to go the more sustainable route, things of that nature. But like, what is something that like you really just didn't know and that you found out and you were like, oh, that's interesting?
I kind of facade fashion.
What's that?
Facade. A facade.
I know what a facade is.
That's what I think of it.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay, that's what you mean.
In a way.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said yeah.
No, I know.
So how do you, you know, challenge that? Being someone who will be in the fashion industry in some way, how do you challenge that facade? If that makes sense.
You don't always have to buy the most expensive suit and pants or shirt. I mean, when I buy clothes, I look at like a lot of things, and I surprise myself at sometimes. Stitching, the cut. I'm really into like how it cuts, the pattern. So it's just like a shirt can be like $15 and it can have like a nice shape to it, and it fits you nice. Then you can go to like a department store and you can see a shirt that's just you can say the same, so different in a few ways, and it'll cost more, but really.
But that's just, see, I think that's a good point you made. It's like a lot of times it's like people aren't really paying for the quote unquote quality of the material, the cut, and the design of it. A lot of times it's just the name is what that's what they're like. All right, that's whatever whatever brand Balenciaga. I'm gonna pay $800 for those. Why not? You know what I'm saying? When you can, there's quality, products out there that may not have that popularity. But I think again, I'm on the fence with it because it's like I understand like strong branding, right? And like understand and because you're able to build a strong brand, you've been able to prove that you can provide some sort of value in that, especially culturally. It's like, yeah, you should want to pay that. You should be proud to pay it.
Like having a concept is really crucial too. Like, what is your mood board?
Right.
If you didn't do like the dirt, like it's gonna be tough for you to like really like it. I guess, yeah. Because think of a garden,
Yeah, if you just throw that shit together real fast, that garden ain't gonna do too well, buddy. That happened to me one year. Me and my wife tried to plant some food back when I was living at the art house, and we didn't like really take our time and like really treat the soil and all that stuff. We were like, all right, cool. It was more my fault, not hers, if she's watching. But yeah, like it was like cool, boop, boop, boop. And then like, there was no harvest. I think we only got cilantro. We got cilantro, but everything else that we planted didn't harvest because the soil wasn't treated well. So I get you.
Definitely.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah. So I think we getting yeah. Oh wow, jeez, time flies. Yo, you can talk to somebody and time will fly. But anywho, so I'm gonna go for my fun question if you don't mind, just kind of lighten it up a little bit, change the direction. So, Mr. Sewmouth, sir, fashion god of all time, what would you say is your number one no-no? And what I mean is like it could be pet peeve or just something that you just like.
I'm sorry to like notice that I don't really fuck with mucus at all.
Ew.
Like,
okay, within your body or just anywhere? Okay,
yeah, like
mucus is gross.
Yeah, like mucus, like know what gives you mucus, like
milk.
Yeah,
cheese.
Like, you're cool, like
freaking too much fatty meats, gummy bears.
Like for me, like I don't fuck with mucus. That's pretty much
you know that Dr. Sebi said that's the number one cause of disease.
Yeah, like
in the body because it acts as a conduit for any type of bacteria or virus. I said bacteria or virus to thrive. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why think about it. When you get a cold, it's like you're probably congested too. You know what I'm saying? You're like, all that shit. So I feel you. Ill. My wife would 100% agree with you with that too. She gets so grossed out. Like if I cough and there's any wet sound whatsoever, she's like, it just freaks her out.
Like me be young and be like, shit. Be young, wild, free and shit.
Right.
Like I take things in moderation.
Right.
Like I do take I detax basically.
You got to. You
gotta learn how to detox.
Drink your water. We do the detox teas, things of that nature. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Things like that. You could do. I like to do the water with the apple cider vinegar a lot. I'll do the black seed. I always do the black seed oil though. That's a must every day. You know what I'm saying? But like, the best way though, honestly, is like water and green vegetables, green leafy vegetables, and sun.
That sunlight will
evaporate
that shit.
Yeah, that part. You know what I'm saying? And a hot bath. A hot bath works too. You know what I'm saying? Because shit can't live in the heat like that. You know what I'm saying? So a good hot bath opens your pores. You know what I'm saying? We out here giving y'all life hacks right now on how to detox yourself and get better, man. Drink water though. I'm gonna take a sip now. You know what I'm saying? Feel you on that. All right, man. So we're starting to wind down just a little bit. What would you say? I got one. What's your like? What would you say like is like a proud moment for you? You know, and thinking about like your journey, because you're very like I feel like you're very eclectic. You're very like you're a very thoughtful person.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to yourself. You know, and thinking about, you know, let's say from high school to now, you know, just what's one thing that you can say that like you're really proud of yourself for, just like in terms of like your development, you know, as a person.
I'm proud of myself to keep being outgoing, opportunistic, proactive within my life, adapt,
adaptable.
Yeah.
Those are all great qualities, man. Because it's real out here, man. It's like there's a lot of there's a lot of things within society and you know around us that can kind of keep us in the funk, you know.
Yeah.
Especially this over the past couple of years here now. That's been its own beast in its own way in terms of like people people becoming more depressed and things of that nature. It's just like having that like being able to like be positive and like proactive too, like just doing shit like let me get it done, you know.
Like I feel like shit, this might be me, but I feel like people with addictions don't be like they don't want to live. Shit, I don't know how should I put it. I don't know how should I put it. I don't want to sound like I don't know how should I put it. Me shit, a lot of people smoke. Cigarettes are pretty bad. I just say like like
he said
like, I hate getting personal with shit like that.
I feel you. I feel like
watching a fly wilt ass is the best way to put it. Yeah.
No, I feel you. Speak. He said, you give me like real Batman vibes. You know that? You know, real Batman like vibes. He's like real mysterious. You got a mysterious energy. I have a friend who called me mysterious. You're very mysterious. I'm like, really? I was regular as hell, you know.
I don't think I'm regular.
Nah, I probably not. But no, I feel you though. Like, you know, people, humans. I think that's a human condition.
Like shit, watching people just hurt their own selves, ass, and then you try to help them, and they just be like, "No, I'm cool." Like that's titty milk.
Right, that's titty milk.
Yeah, that's
I'm so mad. He said that's titty milk. No, I mean, but I feel like everybody does it in some extent because it's like the number one substance that folks are addicted to in the entire world, especially America, is sugar. And that shit's in everything. You know what I mean? And a lot of things that we don't think has sugar in it.
Don't even get me started with food.
So it's like, food, definitely processed food. So it's like, addiction, I think it's a human, very human condition. Yeah. And it's just finding like, it's like too much of anything is just bad, And I think, again, going back to kind of just how the philosophy you've been sharing is like just balance. Yeah. It's all about balance. It's all about, being better than you were yesterday, right? Taking those small steps. I don't know, just my part.
Yeah. For
yeah. It's dope, man. Well, I'm excited. I appreciate, I feel like I got to know you a little bit better, which is cool. It's always cool, like really having like a real, God bless. I hope whatever happened, they okay. Cause
God bless the world.
You know what I mean? The sirens is going by family, so we apologize for the noise. But like I was saying, Sewmouth, it's really dope to like share with people. I feel like the podcast sometimes like forces me to kind of like really break into like that real conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that for sure. For sure. But it's all about the kids. Anywho, definitely. So I want to ask for just a piece of advice. There are young people, just people your age, my age, that might want to, maybe they're just having trouble finding that thing that they're passionate about, and just like doing the stuff. So like what advice would you give to someone who might be maybe want to get into design or want to get into music or want to just pursue some sort of passion, but they just don't know what to do? What advice would you give to that person?
Virtue within, throughout, pursue.
Virtue within, throughout, pursue. I love that. I'll give my man a couple slow snaps. You are very philosophical. But for anybody who might not understand that, can you just explain what you mean by that?
How should I? I mean, how should I put it? Virtue within, throughout, pursue. I can say this, like it'd be so surprising for me to wake up. Like it'd be so surprising that like I'm alive again. And I question like where was I? For me. Yeah, that's crazy. So it's just like yeah, that's just crazy. That's crazy.
Right.
Never thought that by nobody, but like yeah, like I don't really dream. I'll just wake up and be like, oh shit, I'm back. I'm back. Like where was I?
Interesting.
Where was I? So it's just like anything. Yeah. So like anything that like I want out of life, I want to do. Cause like yeah, like I don't dream. I don't dream. So it's just like
that's interesting.
I've
heard a couple people say that they don't dream, but
I don't dream.
But not like it's like. So I heard if you smoke before you go to sleep, it affects your dreams, or you may not dream. Stuff like that.
I just feel like for me.
But you never had a dream?
I did. But like as I'm like maturing, I see like my life force, like the Toronto field. So to go back to what I was saying about like singularity. Yeah, like I guess it's just go. I guess to like just breathe in, breathe out,
breathe out,
breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So the advice was go within,
virtue within, throughout,
go without, and just do it. Just take that step.
Yeah.
That's my translation. Take that step, because I think in anything that you want to do, so a lot of people hold themselves back, overthinking or trying to make it perfect, trying to line it all up, and it's like, and if you want to do something, it's never, ever, ever, ever going to be perfect. It's just like start somewhere and just keep pushing, and then watch the things. Like I feel like if you put that intention out, the universe or God or whatever you believe, it can only give you back a blessing, because you're putting positive intention towards something that you truly have a passion about. You know what I mean? And I think that's like the power of manifesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So and it do get dark.
It's not all rainbows and butterflies.
It do get dark, like very dark.
Right.
You might get dark.
Right.
Feel me? I'm not perfect.
Right.
Feel me?
No, that's peace, and that's real facts. Give it up for my man Sewmouth. Yo, before we hop off here, a couple slow snaps. Thank you, Elang. Before we get off, if anyone out there wants to collaborate with you, wants to, talk to you about fashion or your ideas or philosophy or anything like that, where can they, or find your brand? Where can they find you on social media and the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at Sewmouth.
That's SEWMOUTH.
So, and my brand acronyms are OIYK, DYCT. I post my work regularly. If I don't, then I'm working to provide content.
That's peace.
I don't have any YouTube videos up on my brand, but that's coming soon.
Yep.
But I definitely do have like some people that I have an eye on and working with, collaborating. I just gotta hit them up really.
Okay. Anybody in particular that you'd like to share, or are you good?
I think I might pronounce her name wrong. I think Alias Pittsburgh.
What's her brand called? Is it Ooh Baby?
No,
Okay.
I heard of her
that's
too. She's really
Annika
cool.
Ignazi. She's dope.
She's cool.
She's
She's
dope
sustainable.
Yeah. That's
that
upcycling.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Well,
her. Yeah. But what's her name? Alias Pittsburgh. ELIAS Pittsburgh. Shout out to her.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
Alias?
No.
I don't know.
I think.
Elias. Is it got an E? I don't know who that might be. Something must have really went down for this many emergency vehicles to be going that direction. Yeah. That was like 10 emergency vehicles. So something happened.
If I want to work with you, I will hit you up.
Right.
For sure.
That's peace. You heard it, family. If he wants to work with you, he will be hitting you up very soon. So keep your DMs open.
Maybe I'll just stay in the shadows.
Right. We'll see. Yeah. Well, hey man, Sewmouth, thank you so much for joining us today for the show again. Like I said, it's been a pleasure to kind of get to know you a little bit more, kind of pick your brain a little bit about the things that because you're very you're one of those guys that you like to use. I don't want to call them riddles, but you use like little stories or little riddles to like kind of get your thought out, and I love that. I love trying to. I like attempting to like break it down, even if I'm wrong, because I could be totally wrong about things.
I feel that's rap too. I feel like rap is philosophical. I'm gonna say that too. Rap is philosophical. And you do have to study rap.
Right.
You do, and it's a process. Like I can say that I'm not even at my peak. I'm different from when I started rapping in high school and shit. It's just I want my own sound. But I'm willing to work with producers and shit that have similar DAWs. I work with Ableton. And that's not really even bad. But shit. I feel like Spider-Man with these Weather Connects. Hey,
Weather Connects. Is that a bar?
Yeah.
Okay. Drops my bow. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, no, that's true though. I feel you on that, man. It's a process. I feel like you're well on your way though. I would just say keep working, keep doing the things that you're doing.
I'm not even gonna hold you. That's what Mac Miller told me before he went.
Oh really?
I randomly met him, that Chipotle on East Liberty near that parking lot.
Oh yeah, that joint. Yeah.
There was a wine and spirits.
Yeah, the wine and spirits. Yeah.
And shit, I thought I had an interview at Chipotle. Didn't get the job. It was late at night. I was walking down towards the wine and spirits. On top of that, you know what I'm talking about? And it was just him. And I'm just I just said his name, his actual government name. And I'm just it's you. But I wasn't hyped. I wasn't tweaking or nothing. I'm just wow, it's you. This is your energy. And I was humble. I was wow, it's you. You're from Pittsburgh. Yeah. And took a picture. I asked for advice about music, and he said just work hard, and that really stuck with me. I've been to his little, I don't want to say, I'm gonna say pop-up shop that was on the north side, a while back. His music is really good. I can say that like he's one of the artists that like I definitely listen to.
Very underrated. Very underrated.
He is
was
underrated.
Like, he's like very.
He's indie.
Yeah, he's indie. You used that word earlier, but like no, he just has like. He's an artist. He was an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like not just like a rapper, right?
No.
You know, because like we kind of put things in boxes and categories and stuff. But I think like he was like very well rounded in a lot of ways. So no, that's peace, man. Well, yeah, man. Any shout outs before we get off?
So, shout out my mom,
Mom.
my dad, my sister who helped me into this life, to be brought into this life for me. The fam, my friends.
That's peace. He said that friends. That's peace, yo. Shout out to the fam, everybody, man. Sewmouth, appreciate y'all. Okay. Anywho, family, this has been episode 91. It's your boy Mario Quinn. You can find me at the Mind of Quinn on all social medias. Of course, my website, marioquinn.com. And please follow Level Up Studios at leveluppgh.com. Also, we have a fundraising campaign going on. We are in the process of expanding into a new facility.
Level Apex.
Level Up Apex. So we are taking donations. We have a GoFundMe. You can donate directly to us at paypal.me/leveluppgh, or you can buy some of our gear on our website. But all that information, again, is on leveluppgh.com. You just go to leveluppgh.com/ApexPGH, and you can support our expansion project. Again, if you want to, any donations made directly to us are not tax deductible, but if you do want to make a tax deductible donation, there are instructions to do so on the website, family. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. We appreciate you. We love you. Continue to be great, family. We out. It's your boy Quinn. Peace.